Happy Saturday afternoon, everyone. It's the first day of fall turkey season in Southern Zone, New York. And I'm in the blind, trying to be quiet because I can't seem to stand still to save my life. So, we'll see what happens. I haven't made my first call yet, but I'm in an area where last week I saw some scratching. And so I'm hoping for the best. And the wind's picking up. I think I might have to get my stakes out. Usually when it's not windy, I don't bother going through the whole process, but maybe I'll have to do that. Alright. Well, it's been about an hour, and nothing yet. But I do think I heard, maybe a few minutes ago, the sound of the whistle of a bobwhite. I've seen them in this field before, and unfortunately it was when I was done with my hunt at the end of the day, and it was getting close to sundown, and it was an illegal parking spot, so I couldn't exactly like jump out of the car, grab the gun, and go shoot them. Not here. There's enough knuckleheadery in the state, land as there is. No, not what I was thinking it was. That was a pileated woodpecker flying overhead. And it's so serene out here. I can hear the farmer down at the end of the pumpkin field with his tractor picking up pumpkins. More pumpkins for the store, for all the kitties, and big kitties like me. I love pumpkins. So I made a call about a turkey call. You know, like jakes and hens, like a beckoning call. Oh, maybe about half an hour ago. But nothing so far. But there's time. I think it's 3:30. I've got until 6:11, until sundown. But there is activity here, so I feel pretty confident. I could have had about half a dozen squirrels, but I am squirreled out every year. I mean, I'm just squirreled to death. Last year, between October and the first week of November, must have gotten 18 squirrels. I hate not to sound mean, but they are just so easy to pick off. So I'm still playing the waiting game. I haven't been in my blind for a while. I almost feel like making a little bed and lying down. They're so cozy. I love blinds. And I'm more relaxed in them too, because I am the fidgety woman. That's for certain. How beautiful this is. I'm sitting here just getting chilly. It's a good thing I dressed in layers. I'm listening to the farmer out there on his tractor as he goes from one portion of the field to the other, calling out to his workers what he wants done. They're loading up the cart with pumpkins. I mentioned that before. You already know that. There's another squirrel. Still very quiet. I think I'm really close to the car. Maybe, I don't know, a quarter mile away from the car. Easy to get to. So I'm thinking I might push it right to sundown. Because as long as you're not hunting after sundown, that's fine. And there'll still be enough light to get out. because I really did get her early. I haven't set up a blind in a while, so I thought I needed more time, so I got started at about 1 o'clock. But, you know, it's a quick pop-up thing. They're very simple to use. Mine is a dome. I didn't put the, what do you call it in? You know, the framework, because I'm not going to be here that long. On the land I used to hunt on up in Ulster County, I used to set the whole thing up fully, excuse me, with the stakes and everything, because it would sit there for a period of time, and it was safe to leave it there. But you don't want to leave anything on state land, because then it becomes everybody's property, unfortunately. I have seen blinds left out in the woods, though, during bow season. I haven't seen any this year, and I have seen trail cams, so I just respect the privacy of the owner and just keep moving. What's going on out there? A lot of big oak trees here. A lot of food here, just in the hardwoods, not just with the pumpkin field. But normally the farmer plants a lot more corn and he has a lot more pumpkin fields. But last weekend I took a friend and her 14-year-old daughter out with their dog, and we beat the bushes for a while, but we didn't come up with anything. But when we were done, they had never been here. This is 6,700 acres, and I think it might be 15 to 20 miles of road. And so I took them for a ride, and I wanted to see what was going on in the nether regions of the forest too. But I noticed that the farmer did not plant as much as he did. He has alternating fields. He has enough where he can leave one fallow for a season and then plant the next, but it looks like they were all pretty much fallow. This pumpkin field right out here in front of me seems to be the only one that's yielding pumpkins within the state land. I didn't really look too closely at his farm over on Route 208 over by Maybrook, but I'm sure he probably has a lot more. So he's a very successful farmer. He's been in Orange County and for many, many years, and he's persisted even after all the master plans came out in the 80s and 90s and overtaxed the farmers, and then they had to leave, and this is a fact. That's what happened in Orange County, and then they gave up, and someone else bought the land, a developer, a speculator, and those farms are all gone now. But this guy out here, he's held tough. He only has one arm too. One-arm farmer. God bless him. Nope, I haven't taken a nap yet. It's really tempting, but I got a job to do. I can't be laying down on the job. And besides, it's too exciting, because once you take your eyes out of these peepholes, that's when something can happen. And isn't that always the case? That happens to me when I'm fishing. If I concentrate too much on it, nothing happens. But if my mind starts to wander, that's when all the fish start biting. Well, still nothing. I called, I don't know, about half an hour ago. I try to give a lot of time between calls. I've heard some guys out here, a lot of birds out there, but not the kind of birds that I want. Looks like little vireos. I think the common yellowthroats are gone, but I think the vireos are still here. The yellowthroats are warblers and they're migratory. But yeah, back to the turkey calling. I've heard some guys, just banging the heck out of that box call over and over and over. And my luck has always been in making a single call and waiting maybe an hour and a half, at least up to an hour, because they don't do that to each other. In the springtime, a gobbler might go for a while, but it's not It just sounds so desperate when they do that. So I try not to. I try to act like a turkey, think like a turkey. Maybe. But the sun is hitting the back of my blind right now, and it's nice and warm. I'd like to lay down, but my head is on a swivel. Cheers. I heard gunshots pretty much since I've been here. Probably 4 or 5 times. I think it's coming from, well, I know it's coming from another hunting area that's probably close to a mile and a half away from me. But when you hear that, you gotta wonder, is it target practice? Or is all the game right in his area or her area? I keep saying he because I seem to be the only woman who comes into this area to hunt. So I'm just assuming. I don't mean to be rude. That is one beastly squirrel right there. Sorry about the resolution. I'm using my phone. It's not perfect. See him? Bet you that's a big fat female. Look at the size of that thing. You know, if I'm not interested in eating them, I'm not going to shoot them, but that sure is tempting. And make a nice meal. She's been watching me ever since I got here, too. Look at her. She's like she's ready to come over here and box me one. Tough girl. I'm just guessing she's a girl because I've noticed that the girls are usually pretty big. I don't know too much about the biology or science, but she looks agitated. She knows I'm here. Oh, geez, them's fighting words. Well, easy come, easy go. Sorry I can't really make eye contact with you because I'm walking through this down along the power line. It's a nice, well-beaten trail through here. Back to the old road. Makes it pretty easy access. And look at the color up there in the setting sun. Well, after that squirrel gave me a hard time, I sat for a little while longer. No, I didn't shoot her. Maybe next time. Maybe that's what I need to do. Just start doing some hunting. I've been bombing out this year. I didn't do much in January. And I didn't do too much in February. But, you know, the season, as far as I'm concerned, it's just started. And it goes until the end of February. There's always plenty of small game and plenty of opportunities. And I think this year, squirrel is going to be on the menu as a kind of a last-ditch effort, I guess. So, you know, it's still just so incredible to be out here. I know it's along a power line, but even just the grasses and the bushes. Boy, some of those briars, though, I remember a few years ago, I was going through some of them. I took a wrong turn or something, and those suckers ripped the arm right off of my hunting jacket. It's a good thing I know how to sew. Alright folks, well thanks for joining me. I'm always happy to bring people along with me. And it's nice to have the company So thanks again for watching, and please comment, share, like, and subscribe if you will. Sure do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Everybody have a great day.